The only real sadness, the only real failure, the only great tragedy in life is to not become a saint. Leon Bloy. Welcome to the Everyday Saints podcast, where we learn about the saints as we strive to become saints. I'm Paul, and today we continue our short series on the 4 saints who founded the 4 major religious orders. Last time we looked at Saint Benedict. In this episode, we meet Saint Dominic de Guzman, founder of the Order of Preachers, better known as the Dominicans. Dominic was born in Calaroga, Spain, in 1170. His early education was conducted by an uncle who was a priest, and he then studied theology and the arts at the Cathedral School of Palencia, which became the first university in Spain. In 1191, a famine ravaged Spain, and in an early example of Dominic's propensity for putting his faith into action, he sold everything he had, including clothes, furniture, and even the manuscripts he needed for his studies, in order to raise money for the suffering poor. In 1194, he joined a Benedictine order, the Canons Regular, in Osma. The prior of the order was Diego de Acevedo, and Dominic became prior of the order in 1201 when Diego became Bishop of Osma. They were also very close friends. It was while traveling with Bishop Diego through France in 1204 that Dominic first encountered the Albigensian heresy that was spreading across that part of the country. The Albigensians, also known as Cathars or perfect ones, regarded physical matter as evil and believed a strict diet and sexual abstinence were required to attain this perfection, along with other teachings contrary to true doctrine. As has been the case throughout church history, they practiced a form of Gnosticism. Dominic was inspired to form an order of preachers to combat this heresy, and as part of this, he required they give up staying in the most comfortable inns, traveling with servants, and owning horses, as was common for the clergy at the time. His preachers also used persuasion and peaceful discussion to draw the wayward back into the church, rather than threats and cajoling. After 10 years of successfully battling the Cathar heresy, his new order was confirmed by Pope Honorius III in 1216, and within a short time span, there were Dominicans preaching in cities and universities throughout Europe. Though he was now the superior general of the order, Dominic himself continued to travel throughout France, Spain, and Italy on preaching missions, with his base of operations at Bologna. He died there on August 6, 1221, and was canonized just 13 years later, in 1234, by Pope Gregory IX. The legend that St. Dominic invented the rosary is historically unlikely. However, the Marian rosary, in its current form, did not exist before the Virgin Mary appeared to him in 1214 and gave him the rosary we use today. It is a devotion of special importance to Dominicans, and they promote it everywhere. The main characteristics of Dominican spirituality to this day are prayer, study, preaching, and community, with Dominic's ultimate goal always being that we would know, love, and follow Christ. Some notable Dominican saints include St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Catherine of Siena, and St. Albert the Great. St. Dominic was a contemporary of our next founder, and they met at least once in Rome. St. Francis of Assisi, founder of the Franciscan order. St. Dominic, pray for us. We'll see you next time.